Hi everyone, this is Gautam. I'll be taking this webinar, and the future classes I'll be your MicroStrategy instructor as well. So I'm sure everybody would have gone through Edureka website. Okay, the details about MicroStrategy courses are listed there. Is everybody will see my screen? So please make sure that you use the question window to post your questions. As of now, everybody will be muted. Okay, so if you have any questions, please post them across. Okay, so that I'll be able to answer them. Is everybody able to see the screen? Okay, that's good. And see, this is the course contents what we have. So if you go to the website, you can see the curriculum. These are the course materials which we'll be covering. We have designed this in such a way that we have 6 modules. Okay, and each of the modules will be covering different aspects of MicroStrategy. Thanks, Amarnath. Thank you. Thank you. So these are the different modules. This is how it's designed. See, and this is the course contents. We have 6 modules. The first of all, the first module will be an introduction, and then second chapter, second module will be covering about all the formatting stuff, about MicroStrategy, develop objects, okay, and even the architecture. And then the third module we will be covering the schema creation. Okay, this will be MicroStrategy architect completely. So we'll be covering all the schema objects such as facts, attributes, and hierarchies. And then the fourth module, this will be very interesting. We'll be covering the dashboard section, how to create dashboards and reporting. First of all, we need reports, and these will form the basics or the base for the dashboards. Okay, very interesting dashboards. I will showcase a few of them as well today. And then the fifth module will be working with desktop. This is actually analytics desktop, which is new to MicroStrategy 10 as compared to the earlier versions, which are 9 and 8. Okay, and lastly, the sixth module will be a project where you'll be getting hands-on experience of you'll be gathering the requirements. Okay, you'll be creating all the objects. You'll also create dashboards. Okay, and you'll literally do all the stuff which you learned in the 5 previous modules. Is it clear so far? Any questions? Please post your questions if you have any, and I will be able to see them, and I'll try and answer all the questions. If not, I'll answer them at the end of the session. So is it clear so far? I would love to have your responses, please, so that way I know where we stand. Thank you, Abdul. Thanks, Amarnath. Thank you. Thanks for confirmation. Thanks for the confirmation. So shall we move ahead? Let's go ahead. And as you know, MicroStrategy 10 is the latest version, 10.1. They've released after just 2 months of releasing 10. So, and there's quite a few differences in 10 as compared to the 9 versions. There's a new tool, a new component which has been introduced. This is called the MicroStrategy Analytics Desktop. Well, I think this will be similar to Tableau, where you can literally join any data source, be it your Excel files, your Access files, or anything. You can join those two tables. You can connect to those two tables. You can create a join between them if there's no join, and then you can create reports out of that. I'll be showcasing that as well. So apart from that, there's the enterprise edition. You'll be learning all these in the second module onwards. Here you'll be learning to create all the objects. This is a different editor again. This is more the from an IT user perspective. And the first one, the analytics desktop, would be from the business user perspective. So here's a question: as anybody of you, as anyone out of the 10 attendees worked on MicroStrategy, or even had a glimpse of MicroStrategy? So I'd like you to post your questions, please. So thank you, Prabhakar. Has anybody worked on any other BI tool before? Amarnath, I see you have worked on it. Have you worked on desktop or on the web version? Informatica, okay. That's nice, Suresh. Desktop and web. That's good. So I would like to ask, what would you like to achieve out of this course? It's just a question to Amarnath. I would like to understand what exactly are you looking to achieve out of this course? Okay, Venugopal, you worked on Cognos, Amarnath desktop. Okay, mainly the EMI enterprise manager. Okay, RST is the report services documents. All right, object manager, that'll be the administration part as well. I see Dilananta. Yeah, I understand. You need to be able to create MicroStrategy projects. That'll be the administration part as well from end to end. Yeah, and architect and developer. So let me explain. So thanks for posting your questions. That was nice. So let me explain. In MicroStrategy, it's divided into three components, mainly three aspects. That it will be the administrator who will develop this configuration objects, something known as configuration objects, which will include all your security filters, your DSNs. Okay, and the second role would be your architect who will create your schema objects. Okay, these will be your facts, attributes, hierarchies, transformations, etc. And then lastly, it'll be the developer who will create all the application objects. Okay, these will be all your reports, your dashboards, including your metrics, filters, and prompts, all objects required to make your reports and dashboards. Okay, so the three roles I'll repeat again are architect, administrator, and developer. So is this clear so far? So, but there's no restriction. In some companies, they do have restriction as to what your role is. They have specified roles. But then again, in other companies, you'll be developing or doing things end to end. For example, I have around 9-10 years of experience in MicroStrategy alone. Uh, I've I've worked on various aspects, various versions of MicroStrategy as well, starting from 8, and currently I work on 9.4.1 and then 10 as well. So I create reports based on the requirements. Okay, I do the architectural changes as well. And once all these are done, I in fact migrate them to the QA and production environment as well. Having said that, I even do the backend work of loading the data. Okay, since I mentioned loading the data, the interesting part of MicroStrategy Analytics desktop version is you will be able to data wrangle, meaning it's a concept where you'll be able to format the data or evaluate the data and transform the data. This is meant for the business user mainly. So without the IT person, without the help of the IT person, the end user can pull up the data, connect to any source, pull up the data, create joins, and then cleanse the data and create reports. And out of those reports, the dashboards can be created as well. And then there's a whole lot of other features which are available for your MicroStrategy Analytics desktop as well. Is it clear so far? I see, Amarnath, you worked on micrometrics level dimensionality as well. That's nice. All advanced concepts. Wonderful. Okay, you like to learn on all advanced concepts. Nice. Any questions so far? Yes, I am experienced. I'm an experienced administrator as well. I've Amarnath has a question here. He's asking me if I've worked on the administrator part as well. Yes, I have. I've upgraded from 8 to 9 as well. I've done upgrades. Then I've done installations as well. Apart from that, I've set up the web SDK as well. Okay, there's a whole lot of stuff. I do audit reports. Does that answer your question, Amarnath? Amarnath has a question here. Query I have is we will be using tutorial project only or other projects. Okay, as of now, I do not have this information, but I think you'll be using the tutorial project to create additional, to gather the requirements, then create all the necessary objects, okay, and also the reports. Does that answer your question, Amarnath? But you will be doing all the setups as well, okay, where you'll be configuring the project. Okay, connecting to a source, creating your DSNs, the admin part as well, and you'll be setting up the configuration as well, creating a project and a project source. And does that answer your question, Amarnath? Yes, it will be MS Access database. Amarnath has a question here. The tutorial, if for those who don't know what tutorial access tutorial project is, MicroStrategy comes with a pre-built project. Okay, this is based out of a MDB file. That is your access. Okay, it has all the components built already. That is the objects, and out of this you can build other reports and dashboards as well. Okay, this comes pre-installed with MicroStrategy, and a lot of pre-built reports are there, which helps you in learning as well. Is everybody else able to understand this? Please do post your questions. Prabhakar, Supriya, Suresh, Vedagresh, any questions? Yeah, I see Supriya raising her hand. Suresh, you can go and post your questions, please. Okay, thank you, Suresh. I've noted down that Amarnath has a question here, is asking us if the request is to use other DBs if possible. So I'll take that request down and see what we can do about it. Uh, Thanks, Amarnath. Anybody else has a question? Supriya has a question here. She says, I'm pretty new to the tool. Want to know, apart from SQL, what is the language used here? Well, that's another thing which I want to tell you. SQL is the only language which is used in MicroStrategy. Apart from your SDK, okay, for all your reporting, your queries which are produced are in SQL. Okay, MicroStrategy is very powerful. The intelligence, there's a component called intelligence server which generates these SQLs, hits the database, retrieves the data, and transforms all the data. Okay, and if there are any analytical functions to be performed, it does that as well. Does that answer your question, Supriya? Supriya again has a question here. Oh, it's he. Sorry, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay, what's the question again? Does it can be integrated with the CA PPM tool? I haven't worked on this, so but I can find out. I'll park this question. I can find out the information, and I can definitely let you know. Give me a moment, please. I'm going to mute everybody. Amarnath, yes, we need. Amarnath has a question here. With basic SQL knowledge, yes, you can understand the reports, but to debug, you need to have advanced knowledge of SQL. The basics would it would be able to do the reports. Not an issue there. Okay, let's move on. Let's go to the PPT. So here I've just explained what MicroStrategy is. It is a Windows-based tool where you can perform very powerful analytics. The data, it can even perform analytics on large volumes of data. It can connect to multiple sources. Okay, the databases can be Oracle, it can be DB2, it can be Teradata, it can be even your Access. So a lot of sources can be connected to. And then apart from that, moving to the next slide, MicroStrategy, we all know it's, I think I've already mentioned this. Okay, MicroStrategy has several components, and the intelligence server is a very powerful analytics tool. It has a query engine built within it as well. Okay, you can literally analyze large volumes of data, and you can present this data, develop the reports, and deliver the reports as well. Okay, and moving on to the next slide, MicroStrategy desktop can be used to see your reports as well. Apart from that, you can deliver your reports to your mobile and your MicroStrategy desktop web as well. See, there's a MicroStrategy web portal for MicroStrategy where you can literally the end user can see all the reports which you have built. The IT user has built. They can pick those reports in the web portal and modify them and save their own editions in their personal web space. Is it clear so far? Okay, let's move on to the next slide. This was the MicroStrategy Analytics desktop which I was talking about. This is completely new to MicroStrategy 10. where you can just simply connect to your source. It can be a file on your disk, or your Excel files with tables in it. Pull those tables here, and you can transform the data, and you can evaluate and transform the data as well, where you can check for errors, you can populate them. Okay, you can create the joins, and once these joins are created, you can build those reports. There are ready-made templates available. You can build graphs. See, if you look on the right hand side, there's quite a few pre-built graphs as well. Okay, and then it also, there's a new feature in 10 where you can connect to S3 maps. Okay, so the entire maps, you can create reports out of them. Location, you can pinpoint locations. Moving on to the next slide, it's MicroStrategy Mobile. As you know, MicroStrategy reports can be delivered to your mobile devices, irrespective of the size of the mobile. It can be your iPads, it can be your iPhones, it can be even your laptops. So it all the layouts would be different, but they will still be nice and very presentable, as you can see in the picture. Amarnath, you have a question there. Will this software be installed on our local machines? That I will park the question and I'll answer that later. All right. Thank you. Moving back to the slides. MicroStrategy Web is another interface where you'll be seeing the reports. This is on the right hand side is a screenshot as to how you'll be seeing the reports. Okay, shared reports, where the reports which once in this folder will be seen across by all users. Okay, and the visibility of these reports can be restricted based on the security filters built by the administrator. Moving on to the next slide. You might ask, why MicroStrategy as compared to other tools such as Tableau or Cognos or ClickView? Okay, let me just pull up another slide. Okay, the main thing is there are a few differentiators as well. In MicroStrategy, we use something known as the metadata, which references, it stores data which references all the tables and structures in your database itself. It doesn't contain the actual data, but it references that data, and all the objects which you build out of MicroStrategy itself will be stored in the metadata. And the best part about this is it is reusable. All the objects are reusable. And the other next advantage is fast and very intuitive user experience, where the end users will have the ability to see the reports which have been built. It will be directly published. Okay, and of course it's an ROLAP architecture, so it's relational, and then it also has the best parts of the multidimensional model as well, where cube reporting falls into this. And analytics part, it has over 300 plus analytics functions out of the box built within, which can be utilized to create these reports. Anything in the database which is not there in the database can be achieved in MicroStrategy. As I mentioned, the metadata is reusable, is very quick and easy to deploy, and compared to other tools, MicroStrategy has its own software development kit where you can customize your web completely. You can change the color, you can change the look and feel. If you want to expand contract feature, you can add that. You can do a number of things there. And of course, MicroStrategy connects to multiple sources. You can retrieve data from multiple sources with the help of different connectors. And dashboards, as I will showcase a few dashboards, which is very interesting. So is everybody able to see my screen here? This is what a dashboard built in MicroStrategy looks like. This is a flash dashboard where you can create multiple tabs. You can create on corporate. I mean, look at this. You can click on corporate. You can see multiple layouts here. You can select corporate revenue. You can change that with a click of a button. Okay, it shows you all the performance indicators as well, year to year. And then the other graphs change. You also have tool tips here. You can have multiple tabs within the main tab region. This is very nice as well. Some of the features available in MicroStrategy are very nice. Okay, this is known as a time slider. Okay, you can see the entire graph here. There you go. This is what I meant by time slider. Is everybody able to see this? Dilananta has a question. Is asking us if we will be able to create dashboards similar to this. Yes, you'll definitely be able to create dashboards like this. It is not rocket science. Once you create your data sets, that is nothing but your reports. You'll be able to create these dashboards, and there will be no coding involved. So it's a GUI based tool, and you will be able to use the pre-built widgets which come with MicroStrategy, and you'll be able to build these reports. Does that answer your question, Ananta? Any unanswered questions, I will answer after the class. Okay, I will take up each of the unanswered questions. In the interest of time, let's move forward with this. So if you look at this time slider, so if you look at the bottom section here, you'll be seeing the time, the duration which we are selecting. Here, we are selecting the month of July. Okay, and we'll be able to see, yeah, sorry, August to November, and we'll be able to see the data. Similarly, we can, these are buttons where we can select them, and the data changes accordingly. There you go. You have central, northeast, northwest, south. Click of a button, you have all the information readily available here. And this is just one of the types of dashboards which we can create. Okay, city, regional, and then let me show you another dashboard. This is a different dashboard, not as complicated as the previous one, but even that is achievable. Okay, and this is another dashboard where you can select electronics, movies, music. You have drop downs as well to select the year. You can also have the ability. You also have the ability to select all of the quarters or just one of the quarters. And at the end of the sessions, end of the modules, okay, once you've created all the objects, you will be able to create these dashboards. Okay, the modules are designed in such a way that they go step by step. Okay, once you've learned all of them, we will be covering all the report documents as well. I think that is the, if I'm not wrong, that will be the fourth module where you'll be covering all the dashboard sections. Okay, you'll be building dashboards, reporting which are needed for these dashboards as well. Here's another dashboard. Everybody able to see this? Very interesting stuff. All this can be done using MicroStrategy. This is a heat map. Okay, this can be made dynamic where it changes for live data according to the data which is live. And we can also have media included in these dashboards. We can have .flv files where we have videos, and then we have pictures, and similarly we can have maps as well. We can have bubble charts. We can have a whole lot of stuff. I can just select a couple of them. Is this clear so far? Any questions regarding dashboards? Okay, we'll just toggle back to the slide, the presentation. Also, the other features are your mobile apps as well. You can create all your apps in MicroStrategy. Okay, and these can be broadcasted to your mobile devices. You can create reports, dashboards for your mobile, specifically for your mobiles. And also, MicroStrategy presents advanced interactivity where you'll be able to create your own prompts, drilling. Amarnath has a question here. He's asking us if what is the difference between a dashboard and a heat map? Well, heat map is just a widget which is going to be included in the dashboard. It is just a part or a component which is going to be included within the dashboard. Okay, data will be assigned to it. It'll be pulling data from the reports which you build, and it'll be showing data accordingly. Okay, it's just a widget. Heat map is a widget. Does that answer your question, Amarnath? Okay, let's move forward. And then also the security architecture, MicroStrategy has quite a lot of security built into it. You can make a report be visible to only one person, or you can make it visible to a number of people. You can also restrict what objects need to be seen by the end user, or you can restrict uh, the dashboards as well. And apart from that, MicroStrategy has in memory as well. So this is a concept which has come in recently, where, for example, if anything has to be retrieved from your hard drive, which is the slowest component of your laptop or your desktop or your server, it is going to be slow. Okay, so what happens is next to the processor, the RAM is the fastest component. So your reports can be stored in your RAM and can be accessed directly. That's why it's called in memory. Okay, this increases the performance almost 10 times to 20 times, and then the reports are generated quickly and brought across. Because in reporting, if it has to go to a higher level, the reports which are executed has to be really quick. The performance has to be high. Let's toggle back to our main slide. And these are some of the visualizations which are available in MicroStrategy. You have pie charts. Even this is something new which is relative to MicroStrategy 10, where you can see network visualization, rapid reporting, and then you have area charts. You have heat maps. As I mentioned, this is a widget. This is just like a graph. Okay, but it's in a widget form where it's dynamic, and the data will change according to the data in the report. And these are the different sources MicroStrategy supports: Teradata, Oracle, Salesforce, MySQL, even DB2, your text files, that's your CSV files, your data access databases. And who uses MicroStrategy? Wells Fargo, Netflix, Adobe, Adidas, even Target for that matter. Well, I used to work for Target before, so yes, they do use MicroStrategy extensively. And then America Blood Centers. There's quite a lot of companies which use MicroStrategy. Well, this is just a slide as to what others are saying about MicroStrategy. Well, there's something known as visual insights, where your dashboard earlier used to take a bit of time, at least 2 weeks of time. Now, with the click of a button, you can create a dashboard out of the report which you have already built. Within no time, you have a dashboard ready, because there's an option now called Visual Insights. And out of that dashboard, you can make further modifications. So that reduces the development time considerably. Okay, MicroStrategy allows us to adapt to business needs and to be able to make changes much quicker. Yes, it does. That's the end of the slide. Okay, anybody has questions? Please post your questions. So now I'll just talk about the key differences in MicroStrategy itself. I'll show you something interesting, yeah, there you go. These are some of the stuff which is available in MicroStrategy 10. Okay, you can discover data discovery, and then you have advanced analytics, visualizations, enterprise reporting, and then dashboards. Okay, in MicroStrategy, you have something known as Enterprise Manager, where or which will capture, which is a project which captures all your statistics as to which report is being used, which project is being used most. Okay, and out of these statistics, reports are created as well. There are pre-built reports, and in MicroStrategy 10, there are additional reports, new reports which have been created as well. So this is quite informative for the end user to, or for us to analyze which reports are taking a lot of time and which needs tuning. So this is your data discovery, where you can easily access your data and analyze the data as well. Suchi, please. Suni, sorry about that. And you'll be able to easily connect to different data sources and blend the data as well. Let me just showcase this. There's quite a bit of stuff which you can do. You can connect to different data sources, and this is what your advanced analytics desktop looks like. It's very easy. All you need to do is just add your sources, connect, and then create reports. And then you have very advanced visualizations. Some of them are new to MicroStrategy. Some of the auto styles have changed as well. I'll show you a look and feel of how the report MicroStrategy itself looks like. Give me a moment here, please. While that is connecting, and you can have different types of reports based on the needs, dashboards as well. So larger dashboards for laptops, and then for your bigger screens, and then for your mobiles, you see smaller bits of data. All this can be done in MicroStrategy. Let me just showcase MicroStrategy, the tool itself, as to what it looks like. Any questions so far? Any questions? Prabhakar, any questions? Supriya, Vedgrish, any questions? Let's just see the advanced analytics part as well. Okay, yeah, this is connected. This is what your tool looks like. This is how your tool looks like. And what you see on the left hand side is your project source. That's dev mstr1, and then inside you have an administration tab, and then apart from that you see a project. These are projects. Okay, anything you create will be within this project, and these will be stored in your metadata. As I mentioned earlier, there are three roles. The administrator part, okay, administration configuration objects which are created by the administrator. So I'll just briefly show you what's available inside. Okay, you can also have system monitors where you can monitor the performance of each of the report as to which job is in the queue, what's taking longer than usual. Okay, all this can be monitored as well. And then you have user manager where you can create different users. Okay, I can create different logins. For example, Pravakar can have a different login, Supriya can have a different login, Amarnath can have a different login. Okay, and you have delivery managers as well. You can create subscriptions for these reports, and monthly they'll be delivered to the email ID specified, to the person specified. Okay, at a given, it's like clockwork. For example, I want a report delivered on the first of every month. It will be done using this. Okay, then we have different folders created here. Okay, for each of the sections or components, we have schema objects, which is done by the architect. Okay, the public objects done by the developer. Well, there's no restriction as to who can do these. Everybody can build these objects. It's just a high level classification from MicroStrategy itself. It's very easy. Right click and sorry, attributes, new, and you have a whole lot of stuff which you can build here. So to create a report, it's just a click of a button. I'll just show you a simple report, blank report. These are the attributes. I'll be covering all of these in the 6 modules. So you'll be able to work through all these tools. Okay, and you will be able to create reports by the end of the sixth module. So for example, time is an hierarchy or attribute. Okay, let's select year. Let's keep it simple. Let's run this itself. It's just an attribute. Okay, you pull a year onto the report and you're running it. What do you see? You see all the years listed in that particular table. Okay, the MicroStrategy shows the values within that. These are called elements. Give me a moment. Yes. And these can be further enhanced. Okay, so let's say month. I want to have a filter. So you just drag and drop this. Sorry, there's a bit of a lag. Add. I just want to see data for 2010. So creating a where clause or filter is just as simple as this. So you created a report, okay, which lists only the year 2010 and all the months within it. Okay, and then we have measures, which are nothing but facts. Okay, we have metrics. We want to see the revenue, let's say. There you are. And all you need to do is run the report. If what you have built is accurate, it should show you the results, just as it does now. Okay, for the month of July 2015, there were the count of deferrals was 1, and your report is ready. Okay, you can go to your SQL view. It'll be a simple SQL where you can see the SQL here. So all it's doing is extracting here, okay, from that particular table, joining against LU day and month, and then giving you your data. As simple as that. Any questions so far? Does anybody have any questions? Yes. There's quite a bit of performance tuning which happens with the reports as well. Okay, so within these modules, I don't think we'll be covering in this, but I can confirm on that at a later date or after this session. I'll talk to my supervisors and I'll confirm as to whether we are covering this. Okay, but there's definitely performance tuning as well, which can be covered. VLDB settings as of this module, I don't think it'll be covered. Okay, there's basic VLDB settings and then there's advanced VLDB settings as well. Then apart from that, even the administrator has different VLDB settings. Okay, I don't think we'll be covering all this. So this module will basically be covering all the 18 hours will be covering all the aspects of MicroStrategy and how to build reports. And those VLDB settings is more an advanced concept. So I don't, Amarnath has a question here. So he's asking us if VLDB settings will be covered. Okay, so I guess that it won't be covered in this module. Again, Dil Ananta, for your question about discussing performance tuning, I'll park that question and I'll answer at the end of the session. Let me find out and then I'll answer that question. Okay, out of what I see in the website, these are not listed. So, but I'll take that down and pitch that across to my supervisors so that we can try and include these topics. Does that answer your questions? Any more questions? Supriya, you raised your hand. Any question? Dilananta has a question here. It says, I guess we need advanced course to learn them and some of the other concepts. Yes, this will be the basic one-on-one sort of training, and there'll probably be an advanced course where you'll literally be changing the VLDB settings. Okay, apart from that, there's a whole lot of advanced concepts like partitioning, mapping, and well, all those can be covered in the advanced section. But now this course, yes, mobile will be covered as well. Dilananta has a question here. It says, will mobile be covered? Yes, the basics of mobile will be covered, but not developing all the reports in mobile. Any more questions? Does anybody have any questions? Vedagrish? Amarnath has a question here. It says, will advanced training be taken up after this basics? I do not know as of now, but I will come back. I'll take this question back and I will give you a definite answer. I will definitely give you an answer. Okay. I am noting down these questions. I will give you an answer to these questions, or otherwise I'll at least make sure somebody from Edureka will call you up and give you these answers. Anything else you would like to know? Dilananta has a question here. It says, we need both courses to be successful in a project. Well, this is how MicroStrategy is designed for a report developer. That's the reason I mentioned there are three roles: report developer, architect, and administrator. In the first module, we will be showing you how to configure a project, how to connect to a project, create your tables and stuff like that. So you will be able to create your own reports. Okay, and to create or to make the advanced changes or like VLDB settings, you need to know the basics, right? So the reporting part. Okay, Amarnath has a question here. You will be taking which DB for project configuring? This will be Access database, but I will find out about this as I'm new to my Edureka. This is probably my first. This is my first seminar, so I will take up this information. I'll take up these questions, and I will provide you answers to all of these. Okay. Sorry about that, but as of now, tutorial project is based on MDB5. It's Access. Okay, so we'll find out and we'll see if we can set up an Oracle database which we can connect to, or any other databases. I'll definitely take this question back to my supervisors and I will let you know. Thank you. Any more questions? Supriya has a question: what needs to be installed locally on the system for the report development remotely? Well, there are a number of components, Windows components itself, which need to be enabled for MicroStrategy to work. And if you're running on Windows 7, you need the ultimate version or the professional version. On the basic version, it will not work. And if you have 10, okay, these components will have to be set again. Okay, and you can have there are a few prerequisites like Access, Excel, Word, which need to be installed. Your Flash player needs to be installed. Okay, and then you can install your MicroStrategy. It's not too difficult to install MicroStrategy. So it's a straightforward .exe file where you can just click on that. If the components are there, it'll start installing. Does that answer your question, Supriya? Amarnath has a question here. A software will be installed. Software will be installed on your on a local machines or Edureka's RDCs. I doubt it will be possible to install these softwares on your local machines because each of these require licenses, but I will definitely let you know how to go about getting the free version, trial version, which MicroStrategy themselves provide for 30 days. Okay, they can be installed on your system, and also I will also tell you where to get all the instructions from, all the database, sorry, all the documents. All this will be guided in the class. Okay, so you will have instructions, and also each of the class will be recorded, so you'll know what needs to be done and how to do them. Okay, and the instructions as to where you can find them, forums, I will be telling all of them. And remote desktop, I'm not sure yet whether you will have remote desktops from Edureka provided. I will have to park this question and find out and let you know. Does that answer your question partially at least, Amarnath? I'll just check if I have any unanswered questions. Please feel free to ask more questions. Can anybody tell me what interests them, each of you most, be it dashboards or mobile reporting or the reports themselves? What do you find most interesting? Amarnath, Dilanta, dashboards. Dilanta says dashboards. Very nice. So you'll need to know how to create reports to create dashboards. Reports form the base of dashboards, and mobile as well. Yes, once these dashboards are created, there's a separate component called mobile, MicroStrategy Mobile, where you create all your dashboards and they can be broadcasted. Amarnath says he likes dashboards as well, and Dilanta says dashboards. Any more questions? If there are no more questions, we'll end this session as of now over here. I'll definitely recommend you to go to sorry, Amarnath has a question here. He's asking us if Enterprise Manager, Object Manager, your Command Manager, and your Integrity Manager will be covered. These are different components of MicroStrategy. Yes, I understand, but uh, these will not be covered in this course. Your Object Manager, basically, let me explain. Okay, the Object Manager will be, yeah, admin, of course. Sorry. Yes, these are advanced tools. These will come after report development. This current topic or the 6 modules basically covers how to create reports. Okay, and including your schema objects. That's your facts, attributes, filters, metrics. Okay, hope that answers your question. Amarnath, I'll take this back. Okay, I'll definitely let the supervisors know that what the requirement is as to what the students are asking or the trainees are asking, and I'll definitely let them know that project migration is one of the topics. Any more questions? So if there are no questions, please do visit Edureka website. There's a MicroStrategy course which has been included, and then you'll see the duration of the course and the course contents as well as to what's going to be covered. It'll give you a fair idea of the 6 modules. There you go, the course contents, and it shows you the 6 modules which are going to be covered and the curriculum as well. So please do go through this. All right. Any more questions? All right, then if there are no questions, we'll call it a day. We'll call it a day, and we'll definitely look forward to you having in our course. And I'll be your instructor, so we'll be walking you through all of these modules. Okay, thank you everyone.